trying to get everything all untangled and wires out of the way. Here I am. Just a few seconds after 10. It's still 10. Oh, my back. Yeah, I need a chiropractor. I need a girlfriend who can crack my back. Yeah. I went up to search today. My mouth is dry for some reason. Probably from being in Colorado, you know, the dry air. And I went to my mailbox. I gotta look up who it was. Got me a map from Cow Lasers and Capro, one of their maps of Colorado, right? And I went to the mailbox and got it out today. And there's a little note in there. That was, we'll do it this way. Wait, it goes this way, huh? Like the airplane flying by with it, right? That's all, that's it. Okay? Yeah, there's one map in here. It's not the map with the treasure on it, but there's a clue on it. Because you know there's 6 degrees of separation, right? And on any one of the maps is going to be a clue. For instance, besides this one I'm making a joke about, it says National Forest. Another clue, it's in Colorado. There's nothing in the map, I think, that's really the clue I was talking about, because the clue I was talking about I could see when it was rolled up inside the tube. It's the name of the map. Now somebody knows what the name of the map is. The name of the map, yeah, that represents the rainbow. It represents colorful Colorado. And that name of the map. Didn't know there was a clue in it. Another thing I noticed, it has an RFID on it. In case you try and sneak it out of the store or something, it has the RFID thing stuck on the back. A little flat thing. Yeah. But it's a 1973 map. And another thing on this map, there were no roads. There's no roads. At least in 73, I guess there wasn't any roads. And so it'd be kind of hard for the treasure to be on this map without being any roads. He couldn't have parked his car and walked to it. But there are other clues you can find on a map or anything because of the 6 degrees of separation. I mean, one page out of any book is going to have some words that mean something toward the treasure hunt. And you can take the 6 degrees of separation, whatever. But I went and went up today and stop playing. Okay. No. Here's a little video I did today. I gotta switch the camera around. There. Bill. And he went over and took a picture of it, and I was telling him about the mammoth, about the sculpted rocks and all that. And then I got onto the treasure hunt, and I was talking to him, and he said, well, what's in this treasure? I said, 20.2 troy pounds of gold in a 10th century bronze box and stuff like that. And diamonds and rubies and emeralds, sapphire. And And then finally I mentioned it was this guy named Forrest Fenn. Hey, oh, my wife knows Forrest Fenn. She knows him. But I had already given her one of my pictures. And I told her, well, next time you see Forrest, tell him where you met Bill Gorman and tell him where you met Bill Gorman. Because it's right in my end zone. So, all right. Well, I'm going to look around some more. I'm recording these. I'm not looking when I'm recording. So, because I'm holding Jack, trying to keep him tame because he just wants to go, 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 go. Conquer, kill, mate. Oh. Okay, I think I climbed up more than he might have. I don't know. I think he can climb a little bit. This wasn't much of a climb just from the trees to here, you know. But it's not somewhere you can get with a wheelchair. Remember the handicapped person? He couldn't help. So I am. Then when the bird flew over again, there it went. Probably seen them, huh? Okay.
Stop it, Jack.
Put this in my pocket a while.
And I did another one here. It was.
Yeah, I wanted to check under this rock.
Yeah. Sorry about Jack.
Treasure was there.
Hey, back out.
Come in here, Jack. Come on. His leash is on my camera hand.
No. He probably hears himself.
Oh. I left a little trinket in here. So, anybody finds that, they know they're in my territory. Let me see. Yeah, this is a rock field underneath the Stout-Hearted Men blaze. There's a Gypsy blaze, Stout-Hearted Men blaze, so on and so on. The Miss Ford blaze, the pile of airplanes blaze, the double blazes blaze. And all that. This rock here has got like a trough in it going out there. We'll look closer. I'll show you this. Oh, he went around the rock on top. That's somebody's sculpture, Jack. Stop! Oh, dog.
Jack takes half my energy.
I'm more mindful of nature here than he is.
No, there's multiple blazes. Read the last page.
He just leaves
Read the
his
last
nature
page.
all
Lighting
over.
candles.
But see, this is like a trough down this rock. There's a bunch of rocks here. So that's a lot of searching. Yeah, I guess just do some little short videos and put them together here.
Okay. Switch. There. Boop. Back to the magnet mount. Yeah, there's lots of blazes. There is one the blaze, but there's going to be a lot of blazes to get to the blaze. The poem leads you to the area where his stories are on the canyon walls, and you got to figure out which story is it, which scene here is it that is the one, the blaze, the one with the capital T, the. You know, so it says in the last page. Don't argue with me about how many blazes there are, because you're not going to change my mind. He says My father's busy lighting candles, some of them at both ends. The candles are blazes. Each candle his father's lighting, and some of them. That's not one of them at both ends. Some of them at both ends. So now, how many blazes? I got one blaze sitting out in my shed. The other blaze was Skippy's helicopter contraption. Another blaze was the water high was a blaze. Yeah, how's water blaze? Yeah, water high was a blaze. Its name meant that it was bright. The name of the water high meant that it was bright. That it didn't have to, you know. So, and then below that was the word wood cut out of the forest. And you keep finding more and more blazes, and you don't, which one of these, and it dragged on and on and on and on. I've got a collection of blazes that nobody can beat. These, especially the Fenn tuber people that are supposed to be open to other ideas and concepts and things that refuse to have that discussed. That isn't what I was taught in school. Type people, that don't have the imagination to venture outside of their box, They're just way stuck. They don't know. They get stuck at this my home of Brown, and they're stuck there. They can't get over the hill. Well, I had found that this hand gesture, page 62, was it? 171. His hand here is drawn the same as the George Washington's hand in the portrait of George Washington. And I have a picture of him doffing his hat with his other hand like that to me. So, that's... He's saying he had to give it to her or something, or give in. He had to give in, kind of, to somebody he didn't really agree with, Ended up having fun with him. Whatever. Had a nice evening, conversation, whatever, with this, feminist Democrat. So yeah, look at his hand. Look at his hand. That's the same. And I'll get the other picture on. I'll get that on there. Did I hit it? Yeah. Oh, no, I thought I hit it. See, there's the hand. George Washington. The hand, from page 171. The hand. The hat. The hat. Okay. If that's so, I mean, that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago that picture was taken. So, and like I said, it's something you got. Moses is important because Moses said, "You got to take it from my cold dead hands." He's not giving it up. No, it's something he put it in his will. In your will, you say, "I bequeath title to my Pontiac, of my Pontiac to, you know, Doug Preston, whatever, you know. That's where you assign title. And the will, you don't read wills before a person's passed away or anything. It's read after they passed away. It's a secret document put away and nobody sees it, you know. And that's where you assign titles to your property. You know, like in Tea with Olga, they were discussing transferring her property to him in her will, and legalities. Oh, what color tea? Legal tea. It was legalities. And some lawyers don't get it. That's what I said. The lawyers don't get it. You know, there are some lawyers that get it, though. We ought to have a mock trial. You know, a couple of lawyers that are Fenn searchers, and one plays. Or might need three, because you gotta have one play judge, one play defense, and one play prosecution. You know, and try. You know, take some. People say, oh yeah, they're accusing me of having a fraudulent solve, basically. You know, let's have the trial then. You know, just kind of mock like people's court. You know, that'd be funny. Because it's somebody that's already figured out what they think it is, and already on a target, isn't going to listen to anybody else, you know. But you know, so if they've been mind washed into Yellowstone, there's nothing you can't pull them out with a super volcano. They're stuck there forever, you know. A super volcano can't eject them. So, and I think, did Forrest ever say anything about his treasure still being there if Yellowstone blew up? Would it still be there? There are other places people keep things. He was talking, I didn't know if the bank would still be there, you know, at that time. So you couldn't put the whatever in the safe deposit box, whatever's on the promissory note. He couldn't put it in a safe deposit box. But there are other institutions that have safekeeping vaults and stuff that he could keep it in. Some store art, some store relics and art. I mean, they have places where it's just like you get like a storage locker to keep all your valuables in, you know, stuff, and it's under high security, razor wire, and you know. And yeah, they did. I saw something on it. They were investigating stolen art pieces there. Yeah, yeah. And today I got a Facebook notification that I was a top fan of Doug Preston's page, and it's like, I don't remember when was the last time I commented on his page. Several months ago, yeah, or I don't know if it was the page that I got. You know, it was a different page that I commented on his own page, and this is the one for him and the other author. So, yeah, I got my old phone. I use it. I was using it for a video camera while I was out there. So that way I have the two phone. You know, if battery goes dead, I use the other phone. Yeah. I think that that thing with Washington and the hand gesture and all. I didn't know I had just turned around and he was there already posed or whatever. I was just, you want your picture with Forrest? He said, I said, sure. He said, well, give me your camera. And I handed it. I said, well, where's Forrest? And I turned around and pop, you know. So, it's like, it's like Trump going down the escalator on The Simpsons, and then the same thing over again when he actually, announced he was running. He coming down the escalator, just exactly like The Simpsons. It was like, whoa. Did they stage the whole? Oh, well, this is Simpsons thing. Let's impersonate that when we do it. So that could have been, but it's pretty amazing stuff. When you get things that match and stuff, his images on the canyon walls match his drawings. So yeah, I pull off because I take pictures because I'm looking for the signs that say the treasure's here. I don't know which of them says the treasure's right here. And each of these figures on the canyon wall are bananas that you're grabbing. They're the bananas. The artifacts are bananas. His arrowhead's a banana, What is J.A. saying? Is that try Bill? T. Yeah. Legalities. Legalities. There are a lot of legalities, even in doing this treasure hunt. He couldn't just write the book. He had to protect himself legally before he put the book out. He had to have his set of rules and then that's maybe secret rules to how this is all run and all that. He had to have that all legally settled out before he could put the book out. He made sure that he could put the treasure where it was, but he also had to make sure he covered his ass. That's one of the basic principles of doing most anything is CYA, cover your ass. It's also easy. The real question is, whom has the heart to go? Silver Thread. Yeah, I went right by your highway, Silver Thread Highway. And that's it. The stuff on the can, it keeps taking you further and further down the road. And where does it end? I hope there's a boundary inside the box. Is the box Colorado? That's a big boundary, or why Colorado's known as Box State. There in Denver, you can go to Box State barber shop. You can get a Box State haircut. Silver do you? Silver do you? 2,200 miles. 2,200 miles where? See, I miss any question? Lawyers are full of bullshit. We know that. So are bulls and cows. Come across the water. They say it was storage. Picture, squeak 1,000 words. So where is it? The only way anybody can go straight to it is with specific instructions from Forrest Fenn, pinpoint coordinates from Forrest Fenn, or a person to go present a paper to the person and they take you to it. This is where that storage box is. Have a nice day. That's why you leave your friend in your car, because they're probably not allowed to go in to pick it up. I've never seen a trail with only one marker. And Troy Barlow was bringing up about near. Near is, I mean, it can be uh, 3 feet, 10 inches. Near is just about touching. You know, it's near. It's not quite touching. It's near. You know, so if it's not near, it's not quite touching the. You know, so it's not in the river, but it's away from the river, or whatever. Or it's not in water. It's not near water or under. He says no, underwater. You know, he talks about near how close for an elephant or close for an ant are two different things. You know, so um, and if your place, you can have a solve that has noise of cars going by or something because he he's hard. He you know he worked with jet fighters and stuff, and his hearing's not very good at all. So he probably doesn't even. He goes out, probably turns his hearing aid off. I don't know. I think I'd want to be hearing if there's a mountain lion out there chirping like a marmot. I seen that there was a video on Vimeo, and they said that the mountain lion was chirping like a bird, and it's like, oh, the birds up here are hawks and eagles, and you know, they don't. What the mountain lion was mimicking was the marmot. He was calling the marmot. He was sitting on the marmot's home and sniffing it out, and then calling the marmot home, like it's time to come home and mate, or something, you know. Those mountain lions eat marmots and rabbits and I think they do a lot of their hunting at night. They're not like nocturnal because rabbits and animals, other animals, come out at night. Where's Fenn made a treasure? Well, there's two of it. Two frogs, two omegas, two. There's 3 books. And yeah, everybody thought there was only going to be one book. Everybody thought there was going to be only one blaze. There's a second book. Oh, a second blaze. Oh, a third book, a third blaze. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You don't know where it ends. And nobody's going to stumble on it. And mostly everybody searching is stumbling. So you're not gonna find it in one of your random search areas, you know. Knowledge is a treasure. Yeah, yeah. Elephants are nature's treasure. Oh, my doctor. They put me on Zetia because my triglycerides, and ever since then my shoulders and my back have been hurting a lot more. So it's like, well, you know, what the hell? Maybe I'll try to stop taking those for a little bit. Wisdom is gold. Yeah. What do I know? Oh, my back. Maybe we should go shooting the BB gun, huh? Where is it? It was right here. There it is. Ha. Ready to go. Yeah, this is for the mice that know the trap. Like Sergeant York, you know, they pop their head up and boom. Yeah, it's a Yeah, it's made by Daisy makes them for Winchester, I believe. It came with Daisy instructions. So it's a Daisy that says Winchester on it to make it sound more professional. I got a whole copper BBs. 10 pumps ready to go. Yeah, go through about anything. I can hit my trailer over there. It's probably 75 feet. I know 75 feet. We our swim team, our pool was a 25-yard pool, 75 feet. It says right on the last page about the blazes. Now I feel that my father is sitting on the edge of a cloud somewhere watching. If he knows everything about me, he's pretty busy lighting candles, some of them at both ends. But I hope he knows that I've been sometimes guilty only by innuendo. And that's why I wrote my epitaph with such profundity. I wish I could have lived to do the things I was attributed to. He'd been attributed to leaving a treasure chest out in the forest. Maybe he really didn't get the chance to do that. And it's somewhere else, but or whatever, you know. But I think finding the archaeology is the what he wanted, what the target was, to find the archaeology. You find all these ancient ruins that had been there for 14,000 years, and you win the prize. He's looking for the Indiana Jones like him. Somebody that can see it. You watch that Suzanne Summers, the video of Suzanne Summers, and he says San Lazaro. And he talks about people's feet have worn this, you know, he's looking at the shape of the rock and what's affected the rock and stuff. And when archaeologists, you look at weathering and things too. Weather on Baywatch weather. What? They got Baywatch weather channel now? What is he saying? Yeah, that thing with the hand gesture and all, you know, kind of set up for the picture too. I didn't know Forrest was right behind me, and I turned around, boom, snap. So that's basically the handoff. Washington's hand like that. He's handing the nation over to the people. He's handing the treasure to the people. And Forrest is using the mimicking Washington's hand gesture, you know. And if you're in Colorado, and you know, I think it's 60 and over, they for the senior dental thing, you can. I mean, I got my work, you know, it was kind of rough, but I got it done, and it was, I didn't know I'd be able to pay for it with my Social Security, and I did. So, you know, good. I'd use I had a couple spots that were bothering me, and I knew where, you know, I know, well, that's sticking down like that. And okay, that's that spot. And I got my Dremel, and hollow out a little spot for the to save the so the sharp gums didn't hit it. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I just started my generator just before I started streaming because it was going dead. And I got this one picture. I gotta show you this one picture here. Let's see. Where is he? Oh, I'll show you this other one too. I'll do that afterwards. But is this one I haven't? Let me. I put a little more contrast in it, make it easier to see. More shadows, stuff. It's easier to see some of this stuff. But he had the comment where he was going down the river and kept getting narrower and narrower and deeper until there was only room for water, right? Well, that's just, oh, ow, jeez, hit my elbow on a box on my shelf. So, man, my phone gets hot when I stream. So, you know, look, see the water going down? And look, it's rock on this side, rock on that side. But look at this rock here. You see the guy, here's his head, here's his arm and shoulder. This guy's sitting in the water. Oh, cool. So, he see, there's his, he's got a face. And this is his arm coming down here. This is his chest. These are his knees here. And his feet are down in the water. But look right here. That's either Osiris or it's John Bobbitt. There's his penis. That's either Osiris or John Bobbitt. And look, there's somebody laying down here too. See, there's the eye, the mouth, the hair. So, this guy's sitting here with his feet in the water and his phallus sticking straight up. And so that's pretty weird that was in that canyon there, you know? There's stuff up here on this rock too. You see this guy in here? Let's look at him. See him? There's his nose, there's his eye, here's his mouth, here's his hairline back here. What's he got in his hands? A bunch of other people. No shit, you know what I mean? Where's the... Okay. And now, when I went out to this search area, I found this there. This is in my search area. Wasn't a treasure hunter, but somebody had a car accident, I guess. Or they jumped in the river. I don't know. I can't find anything about a car accident. But this 6 days ago, somebody died here. Silver, yeah. So, yeah, some girl. She was 37 years old. Bertha. 37, died, you know, look at the date. Died June 15th, 2019. Right there in my search area. I didn't find any bones. But, yeah, That's sad to find that stuff, you know. Is it? I don't know. It could be because I couldn't find anything about a traffic accident. And if you went in there, you went through the extra spin cycle. It was a torrent. I'll get some more pictures up. I get some more pictures up and show you those in a minute. Yeah, I was searching, and I read a couple, and I showed that there's the one rock formation that's the hand holding a bell, and I showed this guy. He was in his 70s at least. He didn't know Forrest Fenn, but his wife knows Forrest Fenn. You know. And so I was telling him about, I showed him the bell, and I told him that's for whom the bell tolls in the treasure hunt that I'm on to find a 10th century or 11th century box with 20.2 troy pounds of gold, a bunch of diamonds, rubies, and emeralds, sapphires, all that stuff in there. And then later on, I showed him some of my pictures, and then I told him, well, yeah, it's the guy hit his name's Forrest Fenn, and he, my wife knows him. They were close to age, late 70s, mid 70s, late 70s, but it was one of Forrest Fenn's friends. They had New Mexico plates, and so they're probably from somebody he knows. But I was surprised he didn't know about, but she knows who Forrest Fenn is, but she didn't. I don't think either of them knew about the treasure hunt, or I don't know. But they did. I gave him the picture with the kids climbing the wall, the ones with the little girl, the boys laying on top of the mammoth, and the girls standing on the tusk, climbing over the trunk to get to the top where the boy is, and they could see it. They could see it. Just because you can't see it don't mean it ain't there. Some people don't have the ability. They don't want to have the ability. And therefore they lack the imagination it takes to find the treasure. Happy Friday, Bill G. Was Sean going to be coming on or anything? I don't know. I didn't see any warning. Let me see. Refresh. I think I had filter for today. I didn't see anything coming up for Sean. 2 TV interviews for us on a hairline. Yeah. Yeah, when I went up I hiked up to the road that I normally be camping up on that road. I did a short video earlier today from up there to show the one campsite area right above it. The road had washed down across and wiped out the road that goes further up to the other campground. And they put a new culvert in there. I got some pictures of it, but it didn't matter. So they put a new culvert in there, and the new culvert is like 100 feet from the Clovis Point in the ribs of the mammoth. See, those are things that when he says, I like to find, what would you like to find that you haven't found yet? The Clovis Point in the ribs of a mammoth. And that's one of the formations I found. It's a 6-foot Clovis Point, right where the ribs of the mammoth figure would be. There's a mammoth figure, and the trunk coming down. In the video, you can see the wrinkled trunk coming down and curving, kind of. you know. But that's what the jagged steps in the rock curving down. That's the ripples in the elephant's trunk, you know. And there's people dancing on the rock, and um, you know, the whoop of the drum and the beat of the dance. I got pictures of it. I got pictures of it. And what's the thrill of the? What's the thrill? It's finding that his arrowhead. Finding that ancient archaeology is the thrill. The thrill of finding it and knowing that somebody long ago made that, and how they lived, what, you know, in that time and stuff. Elephants never forget. Yep. Yeah. Look, they got elephant treasure box. Elephant treasure box. You can buy it. It's an elephant with a whip, and it opens up, and you put your treasures in it. And it's got, you know, India, and they're all covered with treasures. They got covered with elephants covered with gold and stuff. You know, they have temples with elephants. That's what these ancient people had here. There's a video. Seven places of Atlantis. Was it Atlantis? The seven kingdoms of Atlantis. No, Virgin Aquarium. Seven kingdoms. No. Seven races. No. There. And debunking. Okay. There was a show, and they wanted, it was one of them History Channel things, and they said there's 7 places that people say are Atlantis, and in the show they go, well, let's compare these 7 places to what Plato says Atlantis would have. And one of the things Atlantis had to have was elephants. It's one of the things Atlantis had to have. And none of them over in the Mediterranean, the Azores, none of them were known to have elephants, ever. You know? Actually, I think they're more recent than the one here. It's 10 years old. It was wrong. Sean asked if oh, was that riding an elephant? I'd love to ride an elephant. Or what? Elephants? What? Awesome. So you're blind. Who's blind? The heavens. Yeah. Okay. Hey. Yeah. They were able to melt rock. They were able to melt images, you know, whatever, with their mirror, and make a drawing on the rock by melting the surface of it. And I think the way they melted the rock was right down here in New Mexico. There's all these mica mines. You know, what were the more recent natives using mica for? We don't know. But what could have these ancient natives have used the mica for is to make mirrors to melt rock. You know, because it's highly reflective, you know. That's why you go out there and it's all sparkling, and because it's like little mirrors. And if they put enough of them together, they could make a mirror, and that'd be interesting to get a bunch of mica and see if, you know, get like a old satellite dish, cover it with a bunch of glue, and mirror mica all over it. See if you can make a parabolic thing that, you know, make a beam of light focus on something, melt rock with it. I know that the little beauty mirrors and stuff, the double sided one, magnified, that magnifier will like a magnifying glass. It'll burn trails, but as a mirror thing, you could have it sitting on your table, the sun go by the window, and meanwhile the mirror burn a trail across your ceiling. You know, my friends that burned a trail across their couch while they were out shopping. That's put I work on my art. I got thousands of. I'm still finding stuff and pictures I took 2 years ago. You know, and I got over 5,000 art pictures, and I got over like 45,000 photographs, and I got 5,000 that I've turned into art that, you know, I can if I had the money to get it started, you know, to pay for, because you got to have at least some kind of inventory to start. And when you're talking inventory that costs, you know, each piece of inventory's, you know, $200-300 just to make it, have it printed on canvas or metal or whatever. I think a lot of it would look really good on some metal, you know. Somebody in heavy metal, you know, we could do a heavy metal rock art, Atlantis rock art. Yeah. Yeah, you need full page color advertising. Yeah, I got to run an ad in National Geographic for the Mammoth Temples, 2 opposing pages, a centerfold. A centerfold. Yeah. I just send my Mammoth Parade picture to Playboy and say, hey, I got a centerfold, archaeological centerfold. Elephants. Atlantis. A story. You know, they do stuff besides naked girls. But after I find the treasure, you know what magazine I want to do the first story and all that? Rolling Stone with my picture on the cover. You gotta have my smiling face on the cover of the Rolling Stone. That'd be great. But, you know, like I said, if it's I've found that I'm already, you know, and the way he set it up is the winner is given title in his will. He can't say anything before that. He's already has a rule. He's made a rule before it ever started that this he has to remain silent. You know, he has to play Sergeant Schultz. I know nothing. You're lost. You see, if you're in a place that it isn't at, he'll talk about the place. If you're in a place, if you're close, he won't talk to you about it. It won't. You know, I'm close, and he won't say that. You know, he won't tell me nothing. But he hasn't told me I've messed up with any guessing either. You know, he's the only one time he told me, hey, you watch out over this, and it had to do with the Buffalo Cowboys car on eBay. He called that a great treasure. He told me to take it to Texas. The people down there like that kind of thing. He's from Texas. He would know. Okay. gotta have a panel sometime. Only Bill knows. Who bleeped out a couple texts? Who bleeped out text? Um, I noticed my Fenn's Totem video wasn't on. It wasn't public, and I turned it back to public. So if you want to see Fenn's Totem video, it's I turned that back onto public. A while back, I turned some off, and I don't delete them. I just make them private. I hear the wind generator going. 14. That's enough to not run the generator. But usually I run the generator until the computer gets to 100% charge, and then I turn the generator off. And then I'll let the wind will keep it on till 1 in the morning or so. I don't know if anybody this is my piece of a mammoth tusk. It looks kind of like coconut skin on the outside, you know. But the ivory is super silky. It's just silky smooth. I have lead acid batteries. And I just have big old tractor, you know, like a farm equipment. I get them at the Tractor Supply, you know. They're long 6-volt batteries. I got 4 of the big long ones, and I got 4 other regular ones that I have down in the steps. But you see all the stuff. When they made a mistake where they put the batteries where they're exposed to the outside. Because if you're in an RV in the winter, you don't want your batteries frozen. You want them inside warm. You want them where they're warm inside, or you get nothing in the winter. But yeah, I like that piece of ivory. I was gonna take it with some. Man, someone told me they're gonna send me the mammoth tooth, Forrest Fenn's mammoth tooth, and my thought was to see if I could find a museum that would display it. That's what I'm thinking. Probably have to be something in New Mexico because did he find it in New Mexico or Texas Panhandle? I don't remember. Anybody know? Where? I can look it up. It's in Once Upon a While. Right there next to the story about Moses. And why is the mammoth tusk in the middle of the book? 98. It's 176 pages, so where's middle? Where's 176? So half of 168. 168 is the middle. That's right in the middle. E6. E6 should be the middle. Four, 5, 6. And I think he's Quanah Parker. That's the Quanah Parker story. And what the thing about Quanah Parker, you know, a lot of people don't know, is Quanah Parker is tied to the Lonesome Dove story. And the original Lonesome Dove story that was about the ranchers and herding their cattle. They had a ranch up in Pueblo. They
they had herded the cattle from Texas up to Pueblo, yeah, or up to Wyoming. I don't know, Montana. I don't know where they took their cows, but they had some. They had a ranch in Pueblo, 5 miles west of Pueblo, and stuff. And Quanah Parker's mother was a white girl that was kidnapped when she was a child, and 20 something years later, McCall, that's my cousin. I think he might be related to the other McCall that shot Wild Bill Hickok. But 98, no, 86 is the middle, and that's Quanah Parker's chapter. Or no, it's the other guy. Yeah, it's for Quanah. So when Forrest says, it don't matter who you are, it's who they think you are and stuff. You wonder if is he really somebody that took Forrest's ID, took his identification, took his place? Is he really an adopted child from the Loving Ranch or something? Is he or Quanah Parker's illegitimate child or no? Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's Forrest Fenn, but you can Twilight Zone it to anything. Bill, what do you think about Forrest saying his daughters didn't know who Clark? I think his daughters knew. I knew who Clark Gable was. I'm the same age as his daughters. We knew. I even met Gene Kelly, and I think Gene Kelly's a little older than Clark Gable. Forrest, no, I think Forrest might have been on the Secret Space Force. He's probably been to the moon and back several times. He made up all these stories to cover up for his trips to the moon. I was going to say some of the searchers that are popular, he lets them be popular because their name is a clue or tied to it. Like Mike Cowling, he's related to the Buffalo Cowboys. Cowling, Ford, that's a Cowling from a Ford Model A or Model B, maybe a Model T, I don't know. It's from one of them old Fords in the late 20s. And it's called a Cowling. That is Mike's name, and he doesn't recognize that that's a Cowling. He doesn't know what a Cowling is. It was a gas tank dashboard thing. It has the fuel gauges on it. You see it on the inside, and the gas cap right in front of the windshield. That gas cap, that thing right in front of the windshield is not a radiator cap. The radiator cap's in front of the engine, but in front of the windshield is where you put the gas in, because they didn't have the fuel pump and gravity. You put the gas in the tank, and it would just run into the engine. Like my generator, it doesn't have a pump. It goes with gravity. His mother was a twin. Yeah. Yeah, and something funky with birth certificates of his with his dad's name on it down there. But his mother's sister was an actress or something.
So is he really the son of the actress sister, or what was? We don't know. What he was saying, I think, is he could have been a movie star, or he should have been a movie star. I didn't. If you got anything about the woman falling in the river and drowning, let me know. I was just up there taking pictures, and I'm looking at. You don't want to trip. You don't want to trip and roll off, even. All it takes is your shoe snagging on something, and you're dead. So you stand back far enough where if you fall down, you're not going to fall in. Because you look down and that water's going by like 30, 40 miles an hour, and it's just one big rock after another. And there was pools in that thing in the summer. In the summer, you can climb underneath this one big rock I call the bridge, because I think there was another half of it, and it's where they crossed the river. There was a bridge there, and that ties to the bridge that Forrest jumped off of. Bad roads. When I first started, yeah. The one part, Leo Salazar died. They don't know why he died or something. It was something sudden, And he's the one that showed Forrest where Moses received the Ten Commandments, and then carved a wooden Moses in the perfect likeness of the one that he was in the forest, the one that I found. Pilot. Oh yeah. There's another Amelia Earhart that's a newscaster in Denver on KUSA, and she's a pilot, and she went and completed the route that, flew the route and completed the route that Amelia had flown. So there's another Amelia Earhart that Forrest Fenn mentions, some blonde, and when he's talking about Amelia Earhart in the book, it's like he's talking about the newscaster one and not the one in the airplane. Yeah, he's describing the one that's on the news. And she kind of went, Gaddy went from New Mexico to L.A. She went from L.A. to Denver. She's a Denver news person. And I sent her an email, didn't get no reply, because she's probably involved with it, with Forrest. She's going to be the one. Charles Lindbergh, Amelia was sort of a redhead. Yeah. But Forrest, when he talks about her in the book, talks about a blonde. Yeah. Yeah, you watch her on the news in Denver. Yeah. I tend to not to, I'm not a sports fan. I quit caring about professional sports when they told me to put my American flag away at the Colorado Rockies game. Oh, put that away, or they were going to throw me out or whatever. And I laughed anyhow. I said, screw this. I don't want to. And then, where I went down. I went 2 blocks away to Cooperstown, and Alice Cooper was there, and I got to meet Alice Cooper. So it was great that I got thrown, that they, pissed me off at the baseball game. I got to meet Alice Cooper, and I got a couple pictures of him. You couldn't bring your camera up where they were taking pictures, but I took a picture from across the room. A couple pictures of him. Yeah, Alice is a cool guy. Picture I got him. Some girl asked him if he was married, and he was showing her his ring on his hand. I don't have one. Ain't been one there for a long time, very long time. $1 billion treasure. It's kind of like the treasure hunt is a warm-up to the announcement of this stuff being there or something, because the treasure being acquired by the winner is going to make the news, and everybody's going to want to know what it was all about, and it's all about these ancient ruins. And then they'll have to say, well, it must be there because he wrote that, and somebody in their imagination found exactly what he was hoping they would find. And then it's a big deal. Yeah, there'd be, everybody call it a conspiracy or something. Yeah, I think it's Verde Chaco. No, Chaco is too desert. It's desert. It's not in the desert, he said. Pine trees in Chaco Canyon. We gotta fix up some dinner. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. I ain't eating dinner. I had breakfast at Taco Bell. That was because I was 2 minutes too late to get an egg enormous at Burger King. They shut it off at 10:30, and they sometimes they shut it off at 10:25. That ticks me off when you're in a hurry. Because I was almost out to the highway, and now I had Jack in the car. I had to round him up. I had him I was almost out to the highway. And I go, shit, forgot my wallet. I had to turn around, come back 3 miles on the dirt roads back here to get my wallet, and then headed out. Taco Bell, yeah. But I like the egg enormous at Burger King. Yeah, when I went to see my shoulder doctor, and I was just in with the nurse, and I moved my arm and it went pop. She goes, with his shoulder? He said, yep. The one he fixed? Yeah, that's the one he fixed. It just popped. She heard it while we were talking. But I'm about done. I gotta fix something to eat. I'm getting hungry. Yeah, my other the whole video. I guess the title was about my critics don't know my solution. Ran out of fuel and crashed in the sea. Yeah. And Frank saying over the hill in a couple weeks. Yeah, I went up. The road for mine was closed. You can check. I can send you the link for the it's for the Forest Service, and it'll tell you if your road is closed, if you know the road number. Because the one for the camp I usually go to, where I get a cell signal, was closed. The one in the next canyon over was closed. The road was closed. You couldn't even get you know. And they had a sawhorse sign at the bridge with like police line tape or whatever, so the road was closed. And it's like, well, I ain't seen that road closed in a long time, because they say it's danger of flooding. There's a part where the creek is running right alongside the road, and if that creek comes up, it goes over the road. The road becomes the creek. There's no place for the meek. No paddle up your creek. No Jeep up your creek. My brains needs some food. So, I guess I'll call it quits for tonight. They don't know my salt. They don't know that I've had videos where I've named all of my Where Warm Waters Halt, my Home of Brown, No Paddle Up Your Creek, the Heavy Loads, the Water High, the No Place for the Meek, and the Tired and Weak, and the Wood. I've got all those places, and at the Wood is where you realize that there's this art thing going on. That wood means art, according to Eric Sloan, and it's in the art. And he starts. Then I found the totem, Fenn's totem, and it was I was so focused on that because I didn't see the other stuff, and I got to a point where I said, "Oh shit! There's more. There's more than that one. This stuff's all over the place, and I realized that, and I saw this one shit. It's like, that looks like a statue. That's sculpted statue. It was clearly somebody's head and all, and I realized, these are ancient ruins. Yeah, Rockwell. Rockwell is on the canyon wall, right? The father with the son in the chair. That's an ancient painting. Forrest was imitating the ancient stuff on the rock. He wasn't imitating Rockwell. You gotta find a substitute for Rockwell. Who else did? Dolly got his ideas from rocks and things. Once a door, imagination is open. Yeah. Oh, well, I explained, trying to explain to Sasha, it's like reading a crystal ball. It takes a guru or a magician or a wizard. You kind of wizard status. And he said success is an omnipotent guru. The only person who, he called an omnipotent guru was Leo Salazar. He called him an omnipotent religious guru because he knew where Moses received the Ten Commandments. I know where Moses received the Ten Commandments. On Jenny Kyle's page, and I tried to look it up, can't find it anymore. I can't find one of the words with Forrest Fenn or whatever. He said success is an omnipotent guru. Starshot. Yeah. Oh, once upon a time, your imagination. Bingo. Yeah. It's like that guy sitting in the video. Did y'all see the guy sitting in the creek, sitting on with He's sitting there with his feet in the water. He's sitting on a rock, his back to the rock, and he's sitting there with his feet in the water, and his John Holmes right there sticking up out of his lap. It's like, geez. That's purely, guys. That was Osiris. I found Forrest Fenn said he was a story about Osiris, right? And they took all his body parts and threw him in the river and hit him and stuff. They threw it in the river. There he is in the river. They never found Osiris's penis. I found it. I found Osiris's penis. That's Osiris sitting in the creek with his, yeah. Oh, I gotta send that to Forrest. AI robot. AI robot. I just seen Alan Parsons a year ago. 1 year and 7 days ago. It was six. No, it was I think it was the 12th. Or it was the 12th or the 6th. I don't know. I seen Vintage Trouble on one of those dates, June or July. But Thor had a hammer. They don't even pay attention to what I'm talking about or any of the things I've found and stuff. They're incapable of seeing it. His name's Cowling. I discussed that. His name's Cowling. He doesn't know what a cowling is on a Model A or Model B. If he does, he ought to have a discussion on it. You know, discuss that car. What part is the cowling, Mike? And then Cynthia is in the chase. He lets her because her name is Cynthia, and I think that was Quanah Parker's mother's name, or it was Cynthia Goodnight or something, or one of Loving or Good. They're one of them in the Lonesome Dove story was Cynthia. Look it up. There was, I don't know what, but it was really Quanah Parker and Charles Goodnight and was it George Loving or John Loving? George Loving, I think. Egypt was a direct connection with Orion's belt. Well, he's got Orion's belt that if I didn't earn the treasure for us, you leave me your belt buckle. That's probably Shiloh's. Yeah. Because that bracelet would really match nice with that belt buckle, you know. And the thing, I would say there's two treasures. There's these ancient treasures out there, but there could be double the treasure, not just the treasure. He's got something that goes with it that's probably pretty substantial. Cynthia Ann Parker. Yeah, that's it. And there's Parker, Colorado's named after that family, I'm sure. It's a little southeast of Denver. I remember when I went to Parker in 79. I was out there. It was all empty fields and stuff, and Cherry Creek Reservoir. There were no buildings down there south of the dam, basically. You know, it was just empty fields until you got down to further down the road to town of Parker. and now Denver is just it's grown. It could be like Los Angeles, except there's no ocean to stop it. You know, pretty soon it'll be part of a suburb of Kansas City. You know, that'd be a lot of people, man. I like being out away from the people out here, but seeing people out on the when I'm in public, people are a lot friendlier to me because I don't have a missing tooth. What's that? Yeah, I know what people think when I'm telling them seeing shapes and rocks, and they say, "Well, we know Forrest Fenn. We're from New Mexico. We know him." And I mean, you know, they could have been 80. They're not far behind Forrest Fenn, anyhow. You know, in age, they weren't searchers. So yeah, Cynthia Dale. What? I don't know how Dale. I had an idea how he got tied in, but yeah, their names. Some of their names are clues to it because the lonesome dove thing is the dove and the moon and stuff. Trovers of former word. Yeah. Well, when I looked up, it said the original meaning of trove was an ancient trove. Was ancient artifacts. You know, that's what these are, ancient artifacts. It's his secret trove. That you know that the treasure, what that is, the treasure's not really a secret what's in it, you know, or what it is. The secret trove is the treasure that you haven't seen. Selena. Yep. Like the singer. Yeah, I'm not. You know. When you get up 50, 60, and you're trying to, I mean, you just give up trying to even get dates. So, you know, I don't. And I'm the kind of guy that I prefer that a woman lets me know that she likes me. Yeah, then there's no question. You know, okay, you're just fine with me too. So let's go. You know. Otherwise, it's like hunting blazes. Oh, she looks hot. Oh, that fire just went out. She said no. Yeah, well, you know, you give up trying, you know. And I don't go hanging out. Maybe I should go hang out in bars a little bit, but I only go hang out in bars if I can walk there from where I'm staying. I don't like to go drinking if my bed is more than 5 blocks away. Had a good time in Portland on my birthday back in 2012. I had a doctor appointment, and then I up in Portland, so I got myself a room at the Hilton, way up on the 17th floor, and man, it was plush. And I never had a room like that. And I walked down to this bar on my birthday. They'd been there for 30 years, and it was their last night. They were closing, and they had a big old bash going on, a blues bar, you know, and that was fun. And then I went back to the room, and I drank a bunch of rum and coke, and so I walked back to my room and got in the bed. And then you don't even know that you slept. Well, it's time to get up. Oh, shit. Check out.
You have to pay one way or another. Yeah. Mississippi Queen. Yeah. Yeah, I was behind a vehicle today. It's Mississippi on the top, and it said Washington on the bottom. I said, they don't know what state they're from. I'm sure there's got to be a Washington County. Yeah, I ran into them people that know Forrest. Right there, I mean, within a half mile of where I think the treasure is. I ran into him. A half mile's a lot of distance in that forest. It's thick. It's jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Okay, I'm done. Knocked out. We got 7 people left. J.A., thanks for hanging out. And Whoopi, I don't know. I've got to go up to Pueblo before Fenn. I got to go to Pueblo. But it might be. I got to talk to my guy. Hey, I'm coming up for we're gonna go. I'm going 4th of July with my kid and the grandkids. That shouldn't be a problem, you know. I think in-laws will be. I think his mother-in-law is going to be around or something. But I mean, 4th of July, so everybody should get together. But I got to pick up that, and I got a special. I ordered something to bring to Fenn. That should come in the mail before then. So. Okay, have a good one. I was tired as hell when I started this one too. I can't keep my eyes open. I'll be next to the river about that time. Where do they got a big fireworks show there? Up by the lake or what? I don't know. Where did I see the fireworks? I think I went to the fireworks at Royal Gorge. I think I was there 4th of July, and that's when I went to the Blue Oyster Cult concert at the Royal Gorge. That was Godzilla. Yeah, I think Royal Gorge would be the place to go. They got fireworks up there. I'll talk to my kid. Have a good night. No fear the reaper. Yeah. If you've had an out-of-body experience, you don't fear the reaper. That's for sure. I've left my body before. I know I don't need it. Okay, later.